Hi, my name is Thomas Easley. I'm the director of the Eclectic School of Herbal Medicine and co-author of the Modern Herbal Dispensatory. Today I'm with Mountain Rose Herbs and we're going to talk about making tinctures via the maceration process. So making maceration tinctures is pretty easy. You just take your plant material, put it in a container, cover it in the appropriate percentage of alcohol as your solvent to pull the stuff that's inside the plant into solution, and let it sit. But there's a couple of tricks that will increase the potency of your preparation that we'll talk about. So first off, cut and sifted herbs are wonderful because there's less exposure to oxygen than with powders, so they last longer. But the same thing that protects this from oxygen and making it last longer makes it hard for your solvent, in this case a mixture of alcohol and water, to pull all of the good stuff into solution. So what we're going to do is increase the surface area, and we're going to do that by blending it with our menstruum. So barberry does well in a 50% alcohol solution, and you can take your plant material, put in a jar, cover with booze, and let it sit without measuring or weighing. But to get more consistent extracts, doing just a little bit of preparation, weighing and measuring helps a lot. So most extracts are made in a 1:5 weight to volume ratio, which means 1 gram of plant material for 5 milliliters of solvent. What we're going to do is weigh out 100 grams of barberry. And we're going to use 500 milliliters of our 50% ethanol, 50% water mixture, which we've already measured out. And we're going to throw this into a blender so that we reduce this cut and sifted herb into a form that's closer to a powder, but maybe not quite so fine, just so that we expose more surface area of the plant to our solvent, to our menstruum. Now that we've reduced our particle size a little bit, exposing more of our barberry root to our menstruum, this simply goes into our jar. Lots of plant material left. Our lid goes on. Now we label it with the Latin name, our weight to volume ratio 1:5, 50% ethanol, and the date, because sometimes these get lost in cabinets and you want to make sure that it's labeled well so that you know what it is in case that happens. And then we're going to put this in a dark place away from sunlight. We're going to pull it out. We're going to give it a shake every day for 30 seconds. And in 3 to 6 weeks, depending on the plant, this will be ready to go. This one doesn't take very long, about 3 weeks, and your barberry maceration will be done. You then can strain and filter it out to put it in your final containers for use. And that's how you make a standard maceration. If you have any questions about what percentage of alcohol or what ratio weight to volume your plants need to be extracted in, our book, The Modern Herbal Dispensatory, lists over 200 plants and their ideal weight to volume ratios and alcohol percentages. Thanks so much.